Echo 3 Delta Victor, remote, listening.
Okay, welcome everyone. It's Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey once again. It's Saturday night in Hamilton, Ontario.
VA3IMW.
And we're ready to start streaming the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. This net meets 5 times a week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday on the VA3ZOE repeater, and on Thursdays on a simplex frequency of 446.125. Our net controller tonight will be VA3IUK, and our Hamilton POTA operators are just fresh off a group activation at Valon's Conservation Area that went very well earlier this afternoon. So we'll obviously have some comments from some folks to share how that experience went. Anyways, just waiting for the big clock on the wall to flip over to 7 p.m. And Mr. Bill from Dundas will pick up the net. Please stand by.
Good evening, all amateurs. This is Victor Echo 3 India Uniform Kilowatt, Bill in Dundas, and I'm your host this evening for the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. This net meets 5 times weekly, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday on this repeater at 7 p.m. Oops, I got to change that. We have changed to Mondays on a different repeater. I don't have that information right now. I'll have to get that frequency for you, but it is Huey's repeater, V3DJs. I don't have all the details right now, but that's the UC net that is hosted by Chuck. So that is now Monday nights on the VA3DJs repeater. And Thursdays, it's on a simplex frequency of 446.125. At 7 p.m. as well, and that's hosted by Mac, VA3IMW. When checking in, please remember that mobile stations do get priority, and when checking in on YouTube, please remember to subscribe if you have not, and also remember to hit that like button. And I see we have some traffic on there already. We have Larry, VA3LBI, Drone Wayne, VA3FMB that have checked in. So at this point, we'll stand by for any priority or time-sensitive traffic or quick one-and-dones. Come now. VA3GMP remote. V3GMP, V3IUK. Good evening, Garnet. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. I'm in Quebec right now.
Well, you're sounding good.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. My new radio just talking it out when we come to Quebec to talk it out.
Okay, well, it's working fine and it has very good audio.
Good, thank you, Bill. I'll give you Dave. He's in to check in as well.
Roger, standing by. V3IUK, VE3VV. Just a quick check-in. We're a little time sensitive. We're over at our sister's place, my sister's place in Baltimore, Quebec. Just wanted to give you a check-in and try out the remote. Sounds good. Well, it's sounding good and it's got really good audio. So you guys enjoy yourselves and be safe. 7-3, my friend. Enjoy the day. VE3VV, clear and back to net. Yep, 7-3. And before I ask for regular check-ins, is there any other quick one and done before they call for regular check-ins? Come now.
VE3ZJC.
V3ZJC, V3IUK. Good evening, Jason.
Hey, good evening, Bill. Everybody else on frequency. Just a quick in and out for me this evening because dinner is just about finished cooking, and did want to get my name in your log there, bud.
Okay, much appreciated, and enjoy your evening and your dinner.
Thank you much, Bill. I'll follow along on the HT.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's stand by and see if there's anyone who would like to check into the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Come now.
VA3CJZ.
VA3CJZ, VA3IUK. Good evening, Chuck. How you doing?
VA3WPG.
I got you there as well, Chris. Stand by. Go ahead, Chuck.
VA3CJZ. Good evening, Bill, and all on net. Good evening, Garnett and Dave. You guys are coming in on direct, 20 over from Quebec, so good long distance there. I know you guys are remote. I'm just kidding. Anyhow, I'd like to make a correction for the Monday night accidental net. The net will be returning to the ZOE repeater due to the fact that certain people have found out that Huey's repeater is illegal at the moment. He does not have a call sign and a call sign for the repeater. You cannot use your home station call sign for a repeater. You must apply for a license for the repeater itself. And so those people don't want to use the repeater, and why would I do the net where people don't want to participate in using that repeater? So unfortunately for Huey, people will be boycotting the repeater, and so we'll be back on the ZOE.
Okay, so in reality, we shouldn't be using that repeater anyways because it's not a licensed repeater.
Yep, that is correct. I did bring that up to Huey, I think, last year. But, you know, people make up their own minds and decide what they want to do. So it's not like anybody's going to get in trouble. But if you want to compare it, it's kind of like us licensed amateurs talking to someone who is not licensed in a different way, of course. But sadly, that's the way it is. And so we'll be continuing the use of the ZOE. I'm not saying that you should not transmit on Huey's repeater, but you decide for yourself.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Chuck. People need to make up their own minds in regard to that. But you bring up a good point, and something that slipped my mind. And I think to have to host a repeater, you need to have your advanced. And I don't know if you have that or not.
Well, yes, I believe he does. He is advanced. So that's my announcement regarding the Monday Night Net, and hopefully, if anybody gets any information from Terry on the possible upgrade to the ZOE repeater situation, that would be great. But that is where we are. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear anybody at the Valens Park today, or at the Swamp Park that Dave was at. Conditions were horrible this morning, and I even went on the web SDR, and I could barely hear Jason ZJC on that web SDR, and I couldn't hear anybody else, anywhere. So the POTA page showed over 200 parks being activated, but I couldn't hear one of them. Anyways, hopefully the conditions are better this evening, and congratulations on you guys for completing your activation.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. Yeah, well, conditions did improve about an hour after we got on the air. They improved slightly. We actually got 47 check-ins, 51 in the log, because some of them were, twofers. So we did quite well. We got those 47 in roughly an hour and a half. we did actually work into to Europe and also into Puerto Rico. So we did okay. Anything else before I pick up the next check-in, Chuck? Go ahead.
Yeah, Whiskey Papa Golf. All right, Bill, thanks for hosting this net. I'll send it back to you. VA3CJZ.
Okay, thanks, Chuck. And I see Dave has checked in via YouTube, VA3DCS, and maybe that will be a audio check-in as well. So with that, let's pick up Chris and see how his day's gone. VA3WPG, VA3IUK. Good evening, Chris. How are you?
Well, good evening, everybody. VA3WPG. I'm doing all right. I tried checking in, I guess, on the WIK repeater, so it took me a couple seconds to get over here. So I guess that means I was listening earlier today, and I heard nothing. Conditions were so bad. I had plus 10 over noise level on 40 meters. Usually I hear full strength FT8, and even the FT8 was half strength. I heard nothing today. But I did listen for you guys. But as we say, the conditions, we all checked the conditions page, and it was a little rough. But you guys didn't make some contacts there, but I didn't hear nothing today.
Yeah, well, we were where we were. If we'd had an even an S5 noise level, it would have negated a lot of the contacts they were going to make, because a lot of the contacts we were able to hear, even in Georgia and Louisiana into the south, and also the west was really strong. But point being that if we'd had a high noise level, we would have not made as many contacts as we did. So very low noise for it, that park. Anything else before I move on, Chris?
That's all I got for today. Just letting you guys know I listened, but I didn't hear you. That's probably why I didn't work. Yeah.
Well, we do appreciate that effort, absolutely, and thanks for checking in. And with that, let's see if there's anyone else who would like to check into Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. Come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Mike Hotel Victor.
VA3IMW.
Okay, a couple more check-ins there. VA3MHV, VA3IUK. Good evening, Mark. How are you?
Good evening, Bill. I'm well, thanks. And good evening, everyone on the net listening in. Yeah, it was a pretty good day today, Bill. It was nice to see everybody that came out. Nice that the weather held off as long as it did, and we were so early in the season that the pavilion was not spoken for, so we were able to utilize that, have a little bit of shelter, and yeah, we did quite well. It was a good day. Special thanks to Mac for sending out everybody's logs and doing a little prep on them. Appreciate that, Mac. Thank you. I'll send it back to you, Bill. It was a good day. So, VA3MHV.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good day, and it held off raining until I got home and inside. Then it started to rain. So it was a good day despite the conditions. So 47 contacts, 51 including the twofers, is not bad. So thanks for checking. Thanks for being out there today, Mark. It was nice to see you again, and have a good evening. Anything else before I go down to Mac?
Just thanks for doing the net, Bill. I'll be listening along. VA3MHV, back to net.
Okay, sounds good. And I don't know if it's down to Mac or up to Mac or over to Mac, but anyways, good evening, Mac. How you doing?
Good evening, Bill, and everybody else who's listening. So yes, I gotta say I'm glad that I didn't react too quickly to the early day weather forecast. I had an inkling, but I thought I would just watch and wait patiently for Lake Ontario to do what it always does. And thank goodness that big heat sink that we have become to love pushed that weather system further west into the north. So we were just on the fringes of that storm pattern. And it also, yes, you're quite correct there, Mark. Was nice to get into the pavilion and have some shelter. So the little bit of rain that we did get, none of us got wet. That was good news. Anyways, yes, it was nice to get some DX coming in from Europe. A couple of the guys that know me by name and I know by name from Germany and what was the other one? Switzerland, or I forget which. Anyways, nice to have those guys pop in. And the park to parks, that was a little bit funky. Some of them disappeared before they got all of our call signs, but the algorithms inside of the POTA app should handle that in the next few days and get everything aligned so everybody gets credit for their park to parks. Other than that, looking forward to some further activities, perhaps, like you said, in May, maybe an N1CC event as long as people are interested. And it was also nice to have Murcha come out to the park. Now, he's a gentleman that I used to work with at Stony Creek. And he's going to be taking his test with Wade tomorrow. So he came along for the ride just to see how crazy ham operators operate when they're in the field. So that was kind of nice. And he brought his wife along for the trip. And yeah, I trust he does well with his test tomorrow. Other than that, Bill, nice to see everybody today, and it was no trouble at all to get those logs doctored up and sent out. I'll turn it back to you.
Roger, and as I say, mine uploaded with no hitch, as I'm sure the other ones did, so we appreciate that. And just one comment before I move on. Mac, Murcha seemed very intrigued and very fascinated with what we were doing.
Yeah, he's got a technical mind, much like most of us. So I think he's got a fairly good grasp of the baseline of what the HF bands will do. And I think he'll pick up through use and experience very quickly. And obviously, he'll be probably a regular check into our nets on a regular basis, and another crazy POTA guy.
Yeah, Roger, that sounds good, Mac, and yeah, appreciate your efforts with the logs, and yeah, it was a good day. It's just not about the ham radio; it's about the fellowship, and getting together, and having eyeballs with people that you meet on the air.
Absolutely, not bad to have a few call signs in the log at the same time, but it was certainly good to see everybody that came out to the park. And we're terribly sorry for those that tried to hunt us. We didn't pick the band conditions, but the other thing I noticed is the HTs at that park. I thought they would be more effective at reaching the WIK repeater, but I guess I overestimated its effectiveness as well. There we go. A couple of more lessons learned. Thanks again, Bill.
Roger, well, that's what it's all about. That's what the hobby is about, learning, experimenting, and working in not always optimal conditions. So, and as you say, we don't pick the conditions, we just have to work with them. All right, let's stand by and see if there's anyone else that would like to check into the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Come now. Victor Echo 3, Papa Delta Lima. CCP. VA3IMW. Okay, got 3 stations there. VA3PDL, VA3IUK. Good evening, Paul. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, Bill, and good evening to one and all. Not much to report, sir. I was listening along there, and you guys had a good time out at Valence, I guess it was, and could have been better, I guess, with the conditions, but that's part of ham radio. Yeah, just a quick check-in, Bill. Thanks for doing it and being there, and
Hello to everybody once again. I'll pass it back to you, Bill. VA3PDL.
Roger, well, as I say, about an hour after we got to the park, conditions did pick up slightly. The K-index dropped and the bands were a little less noisy. What my observations were, though, is that station signals coming in from the west were very strong. We got some, not quite to the west coast, and we also worked, I think it was Sweden, Germany, and we worked off the continental U.S. also into Puerto Rico. But it was a good day, Paul, and like Mac says, you don't pick the conditions, you just have to work with them.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
All right, thanks a lot for checking in, Paul. Anything else before we move on?
No, sir, I'll let you get the two fine gentlemen behind me there, and I'll be listening along.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks a lot for your check-in, Paul, and have a good evening. VA3CP, VA3IUK. Good evening, Dave.
Yeah, good evening, Bill. VA3IUK, VA3CP. Good to work you today at the park. Park to park, that was good. I did pack up when I came over to Valens. I was looking for a washroom, so I ended up way down at the campsite to the end. And when I came back, you guys were on the way out. So it's too bad. I kind of missed you.
Oh, it's too bad, yeah. I guess we sort of just decided we were done, and that was it. And, I heard you say that you were probably going to come over, but it completely slipped my mind. So apologies for that.
I wondered who'd followed me out of the park.
I followed you all the way home, Mac.
Well, you tried to keep up. I kind of lost the trail of breadcrumbs once we got on the highway. Anyway, it's very good. Sorry we missed you.
Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Well, at least I got to work you guys, so that was good. And I didn't do near as well as you did. I ended up with 15, I guess, 14 or 15 in the log. Did get Germany and some of the stations, Alabama and Montana, I think. Anyway, I was happy with that. I was just on 20 meters only and running 25 watts and had a ham stick on the roof of the car. I got to take a look at the ham sticks for some silly reason. The SWR is a little on the high side, so I didn't think they were bad, but I'll have to check it out and see. All right, good that you guys did well, and that's nice. So another one in the books. V3IUK, VA3CP.
Yeah, VA3CP, VA3IUK. Yeah, just before I move on down to L, I was going to say that I have ham sticks here. I've never used them before, so I'm looking maybe hopefully sometime over this season, maybe I can go with somebody that's used ham sticks before. We can test out the ones that I have.
Yeah, Bill. Well, they require a magnetic base or a base of some sort of ground plane, usually the vehicle. But once you set them up, they're usually good to go. So and they're compromised antenna, but they seem to work quite well. All right, carry on. 73, all VA3CP.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going with that. Go with somebody that has a car and test these out and just get them set up. I can always come up with some device to use as a ground plane later. But anyways, Dave, thanks a lot. Have a good evening, and thanks for checking in. L, VA3NFL, VA3IUK, good evening. How are things? How's the mayor of Grassy doing?
Doing good. I've been playing contesting most of the day at the Ontario QSO party. Anybody's on Simplex, 14655. You'll find me there for about a half an hour, hopefully, unless my dinner text comes in. But other than that, though, doing good.
Yeah, well, you're sounding good, and pretty soon you'll be in your glory because you'll be out cutting grass.
Oh, hell, I already done that. He grows like a freaking weed out here. All this damn rain drives me crazy.
Oh, yeah, after the rain we've had over the past couple of days, you'll be out there next week, I bet, eh?
Well, if it ain't raining tomorrow, I'll be able to do it tomorrow, so. It is what it is. I got more grass
bought this place, I had no grass. I got like 10 grains of grass seed out here. It's brutal over septic, but like even the front lawn is downright brutal too. But oh well, it is what it is. Keeps me busy.
Yeah, it does, and it keeps you out of mischief. Anyway, thanks a lot for checking in, Al, and enjoy your dinner this evening.
Good evening, 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3, Al, and thanks so much for checking in. Anyone else for Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? Come now.
VE3 LBI.
VA3SMN.
All right, Matt, stand by. VE3LBI, VE3IUK. Good evening, Larry. How are you doing?
Doing okay, Bill. Unfortunately, I'm in the same boat as Chuck. Could not hear you guys on 40 or 20. That was absolutely just a lot of noise. As you know yourselves, the actual airways were not great today. So anyways, that was unfortunate. I did listen along as a matter of fact, I did hear Wade once. And I didn't know whether they were running through the actual list or he was actually on the microphone. And I heard him say something about it, and then he said 7-3. And that's the only thing I could hear, and that was on, I think, 20 meters.
Yeah, Roger. Well, as I was saying, conditions did pick up slightly, I think, about into the second hour that we were there. So, but yeah, it was a little bit rough. And Matt commented that, signals that you usually hear from the south really strong were sort of nominal. So it wasn't the best conditions, but in terms of contacts, we did okay, Larry.
Yep, that's good, Bill. Okay, I'll pass it back to you. Thanks for doing the net tonight. The LBI.
Okay, take care, Larry, and 7-3. Matt, VA3SMN, VA3IUK, good evening.
Good evening, Bill, and good evening, everyone on the net and on the stream. Like Larry said, conditions weren't great. I was trying, as I was driving around on vans, just trying to see if I could catch anything, and not much luck, but it was a lot of driving, and it's loud in the truck, and the conditions for me weren't great. But sorry I missed the fun today. My plans got a little rearranged and things took a little longer than expected, and by the time I was heading out, you guys were heading home. So that's how it goes sometimes, and we'll catch the next one.
Matty! Oh, okay, I think there's some trouble brewing in the background. Okay, Matt. You take care. Yeah, and Mac will be announcing the next one. I think it's going to be a Christie Conservation, and it'll be coordinate with the Support Your Parks POTA weekend in July. So you stand by for further details as the weeks roll on. Anything else before I move on, Matt?
No, that's it for me. I'll say 7-3 to everyone listening, and have a great night, and we'll catch you next time. VE3SMN, I'll be clear.
Take care, 7-3, and did I hear bill number 2 in there? Maybe not. Anyone else for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? VA3IUK, standing by.
VE3NPH.
VA3NPH, VA3IUK, your name escapes me. I can't think of it right now, but anyways, good evening, and thanks for checking in.
It's Nikki, and that's no problem. Have a great night, everyone. 7-3.
Well, thanks a lot for checking in, Nikki, and good to hear from you. By the way, you were number 13 for check-ins. Anyone else from Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? Come now.
VE3, X-Ray Lima, Quebec.
VE3XLQ, VE3IUK, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everyone else on that, especially Maddie.
Hi, Matt.
thought I'd give you number 14, and thanks for running the net, Bill. Have a great day. VE3XLQ73.
Yeah, I don't remember your name.
Yeah, it's Peter.
Okay, well, remember that, Peter. Good memory, but it's short. Anyway, you take care, and thanks for taking the time to check in.
Absolutely, thank you. Have a fun rest of the net.
Absolutely. Anyone else for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net? Come now. All right, so nothing heard. We'll stand by for any other comments or rechecks or last-minute check-ins before I close the net. VA3IUK standing by. All right, nothing heard. Thanks to all you folks that checked in. And as I say, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'm sure Mac would appreciate it. It costs nothing and it helps us all. And I'd like to thank Terry, V3IQL, for the use of the repeater. Very much appreciated. And with that, this is Bill, V3IUK in Dundas, turning this repeater and related frequencies back to normal Emmer shoes. And I will be monitoring for a while. 7-3 all. Have a great evening.
And that brings the live stream to a close as well. 7-3.
VA3IMW, V3IUK.
7-3 is 1 and all. That's how we say goodbye.